Let's talk about annealing. Annealing consists of heating the metal to a suitable temperature, holding the product at that temperature for a certain time, and slowly cooling. It is performed on a metal for any of the following reasons. So let's talk about the reasons. The first reason is annealing is performed to reduce the hardness and brittleness of the metal. Second one, annealing is used to alter the microstructure so that desirable mechanical properties can be achieved. Third one, to soften metals for improved machinability or formability. The fourth reason is to recrystallize cold work metals. And the last one is to relieve residual stresses induced by prior processes. Different terms are used in annealing depending on the details of the process and the temperature used relative to the recrystallization temperature of the metal being treated. Full annealing is associated with ferrous metals. It involves heating the alloy into the austenite region, followed by slow cooling in the furnace to produce quartz pearlite. Normalizing involves similar heating and soaking cycles, but the cooling rates are faster. The steel is allowed to cool in air to room temperature. This results in time pearlite, higher strength and hardness. On the other hand, lower ductility than the full anneal treatment. Cold work parts are often annealed to reduce effects of strain hardening and increase ductility. The treatment allows the strain hardened metal to recrystallize partially or completely, depending on temperatures, soaking periods and cooling rates when annealing is performed to allow for further cold working of the parts. It is called a process anneal. When performed on the completed part to remove the effects of strain hardening and where no subsequent deformation will be accomplished, it is simply called an anneal. The process itself is pretty much the same, but different terms are used to indicate the purpose of the treatment. If annealing conditions permit full recovery of the core work metal to its original grain structure, then recrystallization has occurred. After this type of anneal, the metal has the new geometry created by the forming operation, but its grain structure and associated properties are essentially the same as before cold working. The conditions that tend to favor recrystallization are higher temperature, longer holding time, and slower cooling rate. If the annealing process only permits partial return of the grain structure towards its original state, it is termed a recovery anneal. Recovery allows the metal to retain most of the grain hardening obtained in cold working, but the toughness of the part is improved. The preceding annealing operations are performed primarily to accomplish functions other than stress relief. However, annealing is sometimes performed solely to relieve residual stresses in the workpiece. For stress relief anneal, it helps to reduce distortion and dimensional variations that might otherwise occur in the stress parts. And thank you for being with me.